Everest is a dream.
An obsession to reach the top of the world.
Look, it is the highest mountain in the world.
A want to conquer the most difficult peaks.
Everybody knows some people will die.
A madness that caused the world's highest traffic jam.
Their aim is to reach on top of Everest, and they assume that their life will change after that.
Many didn't come back to tell their tale of glory.
A popular pawn shop in Akloj, Solapur, Maharashtra, is what could have been the stable future for the Bhagwan's scion. But then, Ashfaq's son chose to reach for the top of the world. Today, as the father mechanically goes about preparing pan, he and his wife can only lament the fate of their 27-year-old son, who will never come back.
16 तारीख को मेरे को फोन आया मेरे लड़के का। अब 4 दिन ऊपर कामयाब होने के बाद में एक 21, 22, 23 को पूरा हुआ उसका। 16 को फोन आया उसका, अम्मी मैं अच्छा है, तुम्हारी बहुत याद आई, अब अब्बा अम्मी अच्छे हैं क्या, सब अच्छे हैं क्या? नहीं, अल्लाह का करम है, बोला बहुत अच्छा है, मेरी फिटनेस अच्छी है, मेरी तबीयत अच्छी है। नहीं, मैं 27 तारीख को मेरा ईमान टिकट बुक करो बोला। तो हमको बहुत गारंटी थी कि हमारा बच्चा 4 दिन पहले अच्छी बात करता है ना, ऐसा हुआ कैसा हमारे बच्चे पर।
Nihal Bhagwan died on his way back from the summit of Mount Everest. He was one of the unfortunate climbers who paid with their lives in an attempt to reach the top of the world. In the case of Nihal, his death also seems to have left his parents with a huge debt to pay off. Nihal had taken substantial private loans to fund a spot on the Everest expedition.
उसका इंश्योरेंस कम क्यों हुआ? इसकी जवाबदारी किसकी और इसकी जवाबदारी कौन लेगा? और उसका इंश्योरेंस पूरा होता तो निहाल के लिए जो हमने कर्जा उठाया था 30 से 40 लाख रुपए का, ये लोगों का कर्जा हम किस तरफ है?
ये अभी जब निहाल का डेथ हुआ है, तब हम उनको पूछ रहे तो वो नहीं बता नहीं पा रहे कि कितना इंश्योरेंस है। हमें जब जानकारी मिली कि 23,000 का इंश्योरेंस है, वो कंपनी ने हमसे नहीं बात की कि इतना इंश्योरेंस है, इतना इंश्योरेंस करना चाहिए, इतना हाई रिस्क पिक होता है एवरेस्ट का। लेकिन वो कंपनी या गार्डियन गिरी प्रेमी इन्होंने हमसे कुछ नहीं बात किया कि इतना इंश्योरेंस करना जरूरी है।
A good weather forecast drove 250 climbers and almost as many Sherpas to set out in a rush to scale the highest peak in the world. The rush on 21st May 2019 apparently led to a bottleneck in that last ridge up to the summit. This photo captured the world's highest traffic jam, but even as it went viral on social media, there were lives being lost. A day later, Aditya Gupta made it to the top of the world.
Everest is a dream, definitely, which somehow is harbored by a lot of people. We've had a Sherpa team which we've used for previous expeditions, and we were comfortable with them. So even though they don't have a big name, we use them. But however, our experience eventually turned out to be pretty sour. So I am not recommending to anybody else to do that. I mean, you know, go with the best names that you can afford. You're probably safer off. But what we discovered there that, okay, Everest will do what it is expected to do, and that is a known risk. But the unknown risk is what the agencies will do, or what the Sherpas will do, and they don't. There are a lot of, so don't get me wrong, I mean, Sherpas is the reason that we are even able to climb in the first place. So it's not that they do nothing, but doing the bare minimums and doing service and taking care of you and being very careful about, you know, what's going on with you is are two different things.
At 8,848 meters, at the summit of Everest, wind speeds can touch 175 kilometers per hour, and temperatures can dip to -60 degrees Celsius. Add to this the low levels of oxygen, because of the immense height, and possibly the toughest challenge to climbing the tallest peak in the world becomes the weather. This is why there is a rush during a short 10 to 15 day window in May, when the wind drops and the temperature rises to hover in the -20 to -30 range. This year, around 150 climbers managed to summit in each of the good weather days of May 21st and 22nd. But then in the good weather period this year, 18 lives, including 4 Indian ones amongst them, have been lost in the rush to Everest.
I can tell you that at above 4,000 meters, it's difficult to sleep, you don't rest, you lose your appetite, your oxygen level's low, so like even going high is more difficult. But those guys spend months training and stuff. And then you have a weather window and then you still have another 3 days to the top. But I think it's just one of those things where there's so many people who want to do it, who train, and I think maybe like there should be a limit on how many people go up each day, because you only have a limited supply of oxygen, and if you're tired, you're tired. You might make it to the top, but you still have to make it down. That's the problem.